Hello, everybody. Gbenga Olatunji here, welcoming you to James Associates channel. Looking at business law today. We are looking at business law today, and it's a knowledge that makes an holistic accountant and a business advisor and a business person. We must learn a bit of business law. This is not to make a business lawyer of us, but at the same time, we must understand a bit of business law to ensure that we'll be able to guide businesses that we are engaged in very well. So we'll be talking about business law today and looking at the breakdown of business law particularly in Nigeria. The breakdown of our syllabus and what the institute expects of us is what we'll be looking at today. And if you are just joining us, please don't forget to subscribe as we continue. So this is the breakdown of the expectation of the institute. As we can see, we are to know about the Nigerian legal and court systems, which we are going to go a bit into in details as we progress in this video. Partnership, company, and insolvency laws, we must know about it. And likewise also, wherever you are hearing me from all over the world, it applies and is applicable to you too. The court system in your country, partnership law, company law, insolvency law, also criminal law. And looking at partnership, company, and insolvency law, it carries the weight of 35, while the legal and court system is 5% of the syllabus. Criminal law knowledge is carrying 10% of the syllabus, and another 35 is allotted to law of commerce or commercial law and transaction law. Law of commercial transaction, 35%. Employment law, 5%. Law of trusts and administration of estates. Law of trust and administration of estates. Last but not the least of the breakdown is alternative dispute resolution mechanism. Alternative dispute resolution mechanism. Everything is not about war. If there is possibility of resolving issue out of court, why not? And that is why alternative dispute resolution mechanisms are in place, and we must take advantage of them and know how they can be organized and enjoyed. So the full detail of chapter coverage is what we want to look at. So these are the topicals when we are talking about our syllabus. Now these are the topicals when we are talking about our syllabus. Let us quickly look at it. So chapter 1 we deal with the Nigerian legal system. 2, company law, and we'll be looking at types and formation of businesses and business organizations, partnership, limited liability companies, and the like. We'll be looking at the management and floating of a company. How can we establish an institution and run an organization legally? Insolvency law, we'll look at it. It's a chapter on its own. Criminal law knowledge is important. Law of contract will be looked at, also agency law, and accountant in employment, we are serving in capacity of an agent. So we'll look at agency law, we'll look at law of tort. Law of tort. We'll look at sales of goods law. We'll look at hire purchase law. We'll look at law of insurance, banking law. We'll look at negotiable instruments. We'll look at checks and laws that surrounds check. We'll look at employment law, administration of estates and trusts. Last but not the least, we'll look at ADR, that is alternative dispute resolution. So we are going to be picking them one after the other now. So the first one that we'll be looking at is the legal system in Nigeria. We will learn about the legal system. We will learn about the law. What is law itself? What are the sources of law in Nigeria and whichever country you are hearing us from? We will look at common law, doctrine of equity, status of general application, that is laws that are generally and could be generally applied. Nigerian legislation will be looked at, customary law, judicial precedent or case law will be looked at. We will look among so many other things, the hierarchy of courts. The hierarchy of courts, magistrate court, supreme court and the like, which one transcend the other in authority and the like. International law and how we can relate with international law locally. We will look and we must know legislative processes, how laws came to existence and to be, division of legislative powers between the federal and the states, even the local government. We will look among so many other things, the distinction between the civil law and criminal law. Among so many other things that we will look at and examine common law. We'll look at nature of and development of common law, doctrine of equity. We will look at maximum of equity, remedies of development of doctrine of equity. We look at equitable remedies. What is the meaning of equity? The nature of equity itself. We will look at it also. We will look at Constitution of Nigeria. Then when we are talking about Constitution, we are talking about the acts. We look at decrees. We will look at laws, edicts. We'll be talking about also bylaws made on about the local institution and local government. We look at also, still on chapter 1, we'll be looking at customary law, that is law that we made locally by ourselves among our community and not how they are useful to running our society. We will look at it.